going to explain about punctuations. So before that, I have written 2 lines on the board. Can you try to read them? We cannot read it properly because these 2 lines are not properly punctuated. So what are the punctuations? If we want to write a sentence, we have to follow some rules. We have to start it with capital letter. At the end of the sentence, we have to keep full stop or question mark or exclamatory mark. Otherwise, if we want to write the paragraphs, we have to make a group of sentences. See, let us see here if it is written like this. Is it easy to read? Let me read once. After that, I will rewrite the paragraph with proper punctuations and we will read once again. See, there once lived a man in Agra. He was a miser. People who visited him requesting for charity always went back disappointed. He never kept his word. So this is the paragraph. Did you understand anything? No. So shall we punctuate it properly? Yes. See. So at the beginning of the sentence, we have to use capital letter. There once lived a man in Agra. So the sentence is completed. So we have to keep full stop. Next one, Agra is a proper noun. So we have to start it with capital letter. What it is, I will explain you with an example here. So let me complete this one first. After using a full stop, we have to start the next sentence by writing a capital letter. So he was a miser. So the sentence is completed. So here we have to keep a full stop again. So our next one, we have to write capital letter. People who visited him requesting for charity always went back disappointed. So in this part of the sentence, so we have 2 phrases. People who visited him requesting for charity always went back disappointed. So here we have to give a small gap, a pause we have to give here. So we have to keep here a comma. To separate 2 parts in a sentence or to separate 2 or more group of words, we have to use comma. So let me read the sentence once. People who visited him requesting for charity always went back disappointed. Is it clear? So next one. The last sentence. Here we have full stop. Immediately after full stop, we have to write a capital letter. He never kept his word. So the sentence is completed. So we have to use a full stop here. So the punctuations are placed in the given lines. Now let us read the paragraph once. There once lived a man in Agra. He was a miser. People who visited him requesting for charity always went back disappointed. He never kept his word. Did you understand now? Yes. If any paragraph or sentence properly punctuated, it gives a clarity to read. Okay. See, what are the punctuations? Punctuations are the symbols or the marks, okay, which are used in writing to separate a sentence or its elements to clarify the meaning. So, before punctuations, the paragraph is not clear and it is not understandable. Okay. But now it is clear and it is giving a complete meaning and it is understandable. So we have to use proper punctuations in the sentences. See, now let us see what are the main punctuations in English. Okay. So first one, capital letter. And the second one, full stop or period. So capital letters. You know there are capital letters and small letters in English alphabet. Okay. See, whenever we are starting a sentence, we have to start it with a capital letter. See the example here. Sonu's father is a doctor. See, we started this sentence with a capital letter and we ended it with a full stop because it is an assertive sentence. So already we learned if it is an assertive or declarative sentence, we have to keep full stop at the end of the sentence. So we started with capital letter and we ended the sentence with full stop. See, here we have a punctuation. What it is? Apostrophe. Let me explain that one later. See, second one. Please close the window. So this is the imperative sentence. While learning the kinds of sentences, I taught you. So whatever sentence it is, either it is assertive or declarative or imperative or interrogative or exclamatory sentence, we have to start it with a capital letter. So this is the imperative sentence. Please close the window. It also started with a capital letter and ended with a full stop. So next one, my brother and I play cricket. See here, my brother and I. If you notice the first two sentences, except in the beginning, we did not use capital letter anywhere. But here we used the middle, the capital letter. So let me explain. Whenever we are using I at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence, we have to write it in the capital letter. Okay. So the remaining, if you notice here, all the letters except the beginning letter, all the letters are written in small letters. But the third example, so except the beginning and I, the remaining are written in small letters. So we have to remember here. So whenever we are writing I, either it is at the beginning of the sentence or it is middle of the sentence, we have to write it in the capital letter only. So this is the important thing you have to remember. Next one, John and James are going to school. So John and James are going to school. Here, this is the beginning of the sentence. So we started it with a capital letter. So why did we write here again capital letter? So James. So this is the name of a boy. So we are particularly mentioning the name of a boy as James. So particularly mentioned names are called as proper nouns. So already here I told you, Agra is a proper noun. So we have to write it with capital letter. So particularly mentioned names are called as proper nouns. So whenever we have proper nouns in the middle of a sentence, we have to write them with a capital letter. We have to start them with a capital letter. Okay. See, John and James. Here we have written only J. Remaining letters in small letters. Okay. So John and James are going to school. Here John is the proper noun and it is the beginning of the sentence. So we have written in capital. At the same time, James is the proper noun. So that's why here we have used it in a capital letter. Is it clear to you? Yes. Whenever we are starting a sentence, we have to write capital letter, and at the end we have to keep a full stop or a question mark or an exclamatory mark based on the kind of the sentences. Okay. Here we have apostrophe. What it is, I will tell you later. So next one, whenever we are using I, okay, at the beginning of the sentence or at the middle of the sentence, we have to write it in the capital letter. And whenever we are writing proper nouns, even in the middle of the sentence also, we have to start them with capital letter. Is it clear to you? Okay, next one. Okay, full stop symbol here. So a small dot. Okay, just I circle it, you don't need to circle like this. So just if you keep a small dot, it's enough. This is the full stop. So full stop is also called as period. Okay. So next one, comma. So this is the symbol of comma. We have to write like this, comma. What is comma? Why do we have to use it? If we have a series of words in a sentence, or if we have to separate a sentence, okay, into two phrases, so then we have to use comma. See, the first one, people visited me asking for charity. So means here we separated the two parts of the sentence. So here if we have a series of words in any of the sentence, then we have to use comma to separate the words. So I will give you an example that you can understand easily. Kirti, Rinila, Ramya and Ankita are best friends. Here we have the names of four girls. See, Kirti, after what did we use here? We separated the name we have to use and. So here Kirti after, Vinila after we have written comma, and Ramya after we kept and, because this next we have only one. Before the last word we have to use and. So let us read the sentence once. Kirti, Vinila, Ramya and Ankita are best friends. See, we have a series of words here, the names of the girls. So we separated the names. Is it clear? And Kirti, Vinila, Ramya, Ankita, these are the proper nouns. Already just now I told you, whenever if we have proper nouns, we have to write them with the starting with capital letters. So have you understood this one? Okay. Next, one more example. There are so many biscuits, chocolates, ice creams and cookies in the bakery. So here also we have a series of words in this example also. So biscuits after we kept a comma, and next one chocolates and ice creams. Before the last word we have to use and. So here we separated biscuits, chocolates, ice creams and cookies in the bakery. Did you understand? Yes. So whenever we have a series of words in any of the sentence, we have to separate them by using a comma. So this is the symbol of comma. Is it clear? So let us move to the next point. So question mark. Already we learned interrogative sentences. See, why are you late to school? So it is a question. So at the end of the sentence we have to keep a question mark. So this is the symbol of question mark. See, where is your house? This is also a question. These two sentences also started with capital letters and ended with question marks. So already we learned that there are two types of questions. Questions starting with double H words and questions starting with helping verbs or auxiliary verbs. Whatever question it is, okay, either it is starting with a double H word or starting with a helping verb, we have to write it along with a question mark. So we started all these sentences with capital letters because these are the beginning of the sentences. So why are you late to school? Question mark. Where is your house? Question mark. So are you going to market? Yes. So we kept question mark because all these are the questions. If there is a question in any of the sentence, so we have to use a question mark there. Okay. Next one, exclamatory mark. So this is the symbol of exclamatory mark. So what is an exclamatory sentence? If there is a sudden or strong feeling of expressions. Okay, so it is called an exclamatory sentence. So what are the exclamatory words? Ah, oh, wow, ouch, hooray, bravo. All these are the exclamatory words, means which we use in the exclamatory sentences. So whenever we are using words like that, we have to keep exclamatory marks. See, let us see the examples. Wow, what a beautiful house. So for example, if you see a beautiful house, then what do you say? This is a beautiful house. So this is a beautiful house. It will be an assertive sentence. But wow, what a beautiful house. It is an exclamatory sentence. So here, after exclamatory word, we have to use an exclamatory mark, and at the end also we have to keep an exclamatory mark. Second one, ouch, you stepped on my foot. Okay, so ouch. So it is also an expression of exclamation. So after this also we have to use an exclamatory mark, and at the end also we have to use exclamatory mark. Okay, how beautiful the baby is. Okay, what a good boy you are. All these are the exclamatory sentences. So at the end of the exclamatory sentences, or at the while using exclamatory words, we have to use exclamatory mark. Is it clear to you? Okay. So next one, apostrophe. So this is the symbol of apostrophe. Already in the first example, Sonu's father is a doctor. Here we have an apostrophe. So I told you. Okay, possession. What is meant by possession? Belongingness. Apostrophe shows possession. See here, the dog's tail is short. The dog's tail is short. So, the dog's tail means what? The tail of the dog. What is short here? The tail of the dog is short. So, here we are talking about the tail of the dog. So, to whom it belongs? The tail belongs to the dog. So, the dog's tail means the tail of the dog is short. So, here apostrophe is showing possession. What is meant by possession? Nothing but belongingness. Okay. So, to say that one, it belongs to it. Okay. So, next one, Rani's book is there. Okay, Rani's book. Whose book? The book of Rani. Means what? So, the book belongs to Rani. Okay. See, in these two examples, apostrophe is used as a possession. So, apostrophe expressed a possession in these two examples. Here also, Sonu's father. Whose father? Sonu's father. Okay. So, here also, apostrophe showed possession. So, the same apostrophe, the symbol, not only we use for apostrophe, we can use for the contractions. What they are, let me explain once. Okay. So, here apostrophe is used for possession. So, possession means nothing but belongingness. It shows the belongingness. Okay. So, next here, contractions. The same apostrophe symbol we use in a word. See, for example, he plus is. What do we say generally? He is. He is my friend. He is my friend. Otherwise, he is my friend. Okay. I am hungry. I am hungry. I am hungry, we can say. Otherwise, I am hungry also, we can say. See here, what is a contraction? What do we call it as? Contraction. So, what is a contraction? By omitting or removing one or two letters in a word. Okay. If we shorten the word, it is called a contraction. Did you understand? So, here by omitting one or two letters or by removing one or two letters, if we shorten any of the word, it is a contraction. Let me explain clearly. He is. He is. Here, instead of I, what did we use here? A contraction. Actually, this is apostrophe symbol, but we have to say these as contractions. Okay. So, he is. Okay. We dropped here I. And next one, do plus not. Okay. So, do plus not. Here we omitted or we removed O, the letter O. So, don't touch me. Don't take my things without my permission. We say don't take. Okay, don't go there. We say all these. Okay. So, do plus not we have to say as don't. And next one, does plus not. Okay. He doesn't listen to his parents. He does not listen. So, we can say in that way, or he doesn't listen to his parents. Okay. She doesn't go to school regularly. So, doesn't. Okay. In the same way, did plus not, didn't. Okay. Will plus not, won't. Okay. So, next one, we plus are, we are. We are going to school, we can say. Otherwise, we are going to school. Okay. So, we are. So, it became as we are. So, we are. What did we do here? We omitted A. So, by removing or by omitting one or two letters in a word, if we shorten that word, what is here? What is happening here? The words are getting shortened. So, this is called contraction. So, did you understand the variation between apostrophe and the contraction? Apostrophe shows possession. The apostrophe shows belongingness. To whom it belongs? Rani's book. To whom the book belongs? To Rani. So, the dog's tail. Okay. Whose tail? The dog's tail. Okay. The tail of the dog. So, Sonu's father. Whose father is it, doctor? Sonu's father. Means father of Sonu. So, these are the possessions. So, how can we show the possession? By using apostrophe. Here, the same symbol we use to show the contraction, to show the short forms. Is it clear to you? Yes, let me explain once all the punctuations. First one, capital letter, full stop. The same I am explaining, the same examples. Okay, Solo's father is a doctor. See, we started here the capital letter because it's the beginning of the sentence. So, it is a declarative sentence. This is an imperative sentence. So, we ended them with with full stops. And next one, if we are using I anywhere, either at the beginning of the sentence or in the middle of the sentence, we have to write it in the capital letter. So, next one, if there are any proper nouns, we have to write the first letter in the capital. See, John and James, these are the proper nouns. So, we have written both of them in the capital letters. And next, second one, comma. If we have a series of words, okay, or if we have a group of words, okay, in a sentence, to separate them, we have to use comma. By using comma, we can separate words or phrases also. Okay. Next one, question mark. If there is a question in any of the sentence, okay, we have to start it with capital letter and we have to end it with a full stop. Question mark. Next one, exclamatory mark. If there are exclamatory words or otherwise, if we have an exclamatory sentence, we have to use an exclamatory mark. Next one, apostrophe. So, this is the symbol of apostrophe. See. So, apostrophe, the same symbol we can use in two ways. One is using as apostrophe, which shows the possession. And the second one using as the contraction, which shows the short form of the words. Is it clear? So, in the next class, there is a worksheet. In our English worksheet, there is an exercise, the last page. So, I will explain you that one. By that, you can understand all these punctuations